How do policies shape the economy and your money? When most people think about the economy, they picture things like stock market charts, job reports, or housing prices. But behind all these numbers are policies, decisions made at the federal, state, and even local level, that influence how money flows, how businesses grow, and how your paycheck stretches. Economic policy isn't just a distant and abstract concept. It's the set of rules, incentives, and frameworks that directly affect the cost of living, your ability to find a good job, and how much you can save for the future. Take taxes, for example. Policy decisions about income tax rates, property taxes, or sales taxes determine how much of your earnings you keep and how much goes to public services. A tax cut can put more money in your pocket right away, boosting your short-term spending power. On the other hand, a tax increase might reduce your take-home pay, but if it funds infrastructure improvements, better schools, or public transportation, it could boost your quality of life and the value of your neighborhood in the long run. The balance between immediate relief and long-term investment is a central challenge for policymakers, and it's something that affects everyone, from young workers just starting out to retirees living on fixed incomes. Then there's monetary policy, which is managed by the Federal Reserve. While not a political body in the traditional sense, its policies, like adjusting interest rates, have a direct effect on your wallet. When interest rates go down, borrowing becomes cheaper, which can mean lower mortgage rates, more affordable car loans, and easier financing for businesses. This can encourage growth and job creation. But when rates rise, borrowing costs increase, which can slow down inflation but also make loans more expensive. If you're a homeowner with a fixed-rate mortgage, rising rates might not impact your current payment, but they can affect the housing market overall, influencing the value of your property. Government spending is another huge factor. Policies about how and where to spend public funds, whether on defense, infrastructure, healthcare, or education, can shape the economy's direction. Investment in roads, broadband internet, or clean energy projects can create jobs, stimulate local economies, and attract private businesses to certain areas. On the flip side, reduced spending can slow economic activity, but it may also reduce the national debt and ease long-term fiscal pressure. The choices here often involve trade-offs between short-term growth and long-term financial stability. Regulations are also a form of policy that directly touches daily life. Environmental rules, labor protections, and consumer safety standards all aim to create a fair and safe marketplace. These regulations can sometimes increase costs for businesses, which may be passed down to consumers, but they can also protect workers, prevent harmful products from entering the market, and reduce long-term risks. Whether you're a small business owner navigating compliance requirements or a consumer benefiting from safer products, regulations are an invisible hand shaping your economic environment. It's also worth noting that economic policy can be influenced by the global landscape. Trade agreements, tariffs, and foreign policy decisions can impact everything from the price of imported goods to the competitiveness of United States exports. For example, if tariffs are placed on imported steel, it could make certain products more expensive but also protect domestic steel jobs. The challenge is finding the right balance so that policies strengthen the United States economy while keeping goods affordable for consumers. Practical tips: how to stay ahead of policy changes, stay informed. Even if politics isn't your favorite topic, understanding the basics of tax policy, interest rates, and government spending can help you make smarter financial decisions. Plan for flexibility. Build an emergency fund so you can adapt to changes like higher interest rates or shifts in job markets. Take advantage of incentives. Policies often include tax credits, grants, or subsidies, whether for education, home improvements, or renewable energy. Think long-term. Sometimes policies that seem inconvenient now can bring bigger benefits later, such as infrastructure investments that raise property values or improve your commute. If you're aware of how policies shape the economy, you can make proactive choices. Whether that's refinancing your mortgage when rates drop, adjusting investments based on fiscal priorities, or simply budgeting more effectively when costs rise. The bottom line? Policy may be crafted in government buildings, but its effects are felt in your grocery bill, your paycheck, and your retirement account. Understanding that link is one of the smartest moves you can make for your financial future. Politics plays a direct and powerful role in shaping the economy, and by extension, the financial well-being of every American household. The decisions made at the federal, state, and even local levels set the framework for how money flows through the economy. Policies around taxation, government spending, business regulations, and public programs can determine whether consumers feel more confident to spend or whether they tighten their budgets. For example, when the government decides to invest in infrastructure, it not only creates jobs but can also stimulate entire industries such as construction, transportation, and manufacturing. On the other hand, stricter regulations in certain sectors can slow business growth, which might lead to fewer opportunities or slower wage increases. One key area where politics touches the economy is taxation. Changes in tax laws, whether they involve income taxes, corporate taxes, or sales taxes, directly influence how much money individuals and businesses keep in their pockets. A reduction in taxes can encourage spending and investment, while tax increases might slow consumption but could also provide more funding for public services like education, healthcare, and national defense. Similarly, government stimulus programs, such as direct payments to citizens or targeted business support, can temporarily boost consumer spending and help stabilize the economy during downturns. These measures, however, can also contribute to the national debt, which may influence future economic decisions and interest rates. Government spending priorities also shape the economy's long-term direction. Investment in research, technology, and education can foster innovation and prepare the workforce for high-paying jobs in growing industries. Meanwhile, decisions on energy policy, whether to promote renewable sources or continue heavy investment in fossil fuels, impact job markets, consumer costs, and even international trade relationships. Additionally, policies that affect healthcare and housing can have a ripple effect. Affordable healthcare means families can spend more on goods and services, while accessible housing markets can stimulate construction and related sectors. Trade policy is another political lever with significant economic consequences. Decisions about tariffs, trade agreements, and import-export rules affect the cost of goods, the competitiveness of American products abroad, and the health of domestic industries. For instance, higher tariffs on imported goods can protect United States jobs in certain sectors, but they can also raise prices for consumers and businesses. Likewise, easing trade barriers might lower costs and expand product choices, but could also put pressure on domestic producers to remain competitive. Monetary and fiscal policy decisions, though influenced by independent institutions like the Federal Reserve, are shaped by the political environment as well. While the Fed manages interest rates and inflation, political pressures can influence public perception and expectations. Higher interest rates make borrowing more expensive, which can slow down housing markets and reduce business investment, while lower rates encourage spending but risk overheating the economy. Political stability itself is a major factor. When businesses and investors see clear, consistent policies, they are more likely to commit to long-term investments in the United States economy. For everyday Americans, understanding these political-economic connections is essential for making smart personal finance decisions. Paying attention to proposed legislation and economic policy changes can help you anticipate shifts in job markets, interest rates, and investment opportunities. If you know that certain policies are likely to raise the cost of borrowing, you might lock in a fixed mortgage rate sooner. If you anticipate government investment in a particular industry, you might consider careers or investments in that sector. Staying informed about the intersection of politics and economics empowers you to adapt and protect your financial future. In the end, the link between politics, the economy, and your wallet is constant. Even if you are not actively involved in political discussions, the decisions made by policymakers will affect your income, your expenses, and your opportunities. By staying aware, diversifying your financial strategies, and preparing for policy-driven economic shifts, you can navigate changes more confidently. The economy is never entirely separate from politics, and recognizing this connection is the first step toward financial resilience in an ever-changing world. The economy affects everyone, including you. But do you actually understand it? For example, why do prices keep rising? Why are some countries rich while others stay poor? Why does your paycheck never seem to be enough? What can you do, personally, to change your financial future? This book is exactly what you've been looking for. Understanding Economy: How You Can Improve Your Life is an excellent must-read ebook to help you improve your life. What this book will teach you: how the global economy actually works, in simple and practical language. The real reasons behind inflation, poverty, inequality, and wealth. The truth about capitalism, socialism, spending, and taxes. Why some people escape poverty, and how you can too. How to start your own business, manage money wisely, and protect yourself in tough times. Why crime, corruption, and bad leadership destroy a nation's economy, and what honest people must do. Why sustainability matters, and how a strong economy can exist with a healthy planet. The secrets behind economy, cost of living, interest rates, and personal wealth building. How to take control of your financial life, no matter where you start from. And much more. Many people are buying this ebook to better understand how the economy works, and thus improving their lives. This isn't a boring academic textbook full of formulas. It's a practical guide written by me who believes that economic knowledge can empower everyday people. This ebook has about 480 pages, explained in a simple way so that everyone can understand economics. This book is perfect for you. Can you please buy this ebook and at the same time strengthen this channel? It's very cheap. You will learn how the economy works and how you can benefit. The purchase link is https://bit.ly/understandingeconomy. As soon as you make the payment, you can instantly download this excellent ebook. And you can start reading it and benefit greatly. Very easy. A small investment that will transform how you think, act, and thrive. Please, buy the ebook, like this video, write your comments, and watch the other videos. Thank you very much for watching this video.